Alright, I wanted to make a video to help show you guys how to use Microsoft Excel to calculate permutations and combinations. We needed some numbers to do that, so I jumped into 4.6 homework and I'm looking at number 4. And it says that a presidential candidate plans to begin her campaign by visiting the capitals in 4 of 40 states. What is the probability that she selects the route of 4 specific capitals? Well, any probability we know is given by the probability event is the number of ways the specific event can occur versus the size of the sample space, right? So we need to do a little counting to calculate these things. N of S is the number of ways that she could travel to 4 of 40 different capitals, and order matters, right? So this is going to be a permutation. Right, and for a permutation we need N and R, right? Where N is the size of the set, well, that's 40. Right? There's 40 different capitals that she could travel to. And then R, that's 4, right? 4 of 40 capitals. So I'm going to jump into Microsoft Excel to calculate this. Okay, so I'm going to pull up a blank worksheet. And remember, I need to calculate permutations, right? So order matters, we're calculating a permutation, and N was 40, right, and R was 4. Okay, so the command that we're going to use to do that is permute. Okay, so right here, all I did was just throw that in there so you guys have a reference to what I'm actually calculating. And then I'm going to, in this cell right here, I say equals, and I start typing the command permute, and your drop-down menu is going to come up like usual, right? We want P-E-R-M-U-T, permute, and you can see here, right, that it's going to return the number of permutations for a given number of objects that can be selected from the total objects, okay? So my arguments for permute here are going to be N, comma, R, right? So once you open up your parentheses, you're going to put in the total number of distinct objects to choose from, and then R is the number of those objects you will choose, right, or permute. So in our particular case, we're saying equals permute 40, comma, 4. Of 40 capitals, right, order 4 that we will visit. And upon execution of that, we realize that 40 permute 4 is 2,193,360. Okay, so remember that was the size of our sample space. If we were to choose if we were to choose 4 of 40 capitals to visit, and the order mattered, right, because they're different routes, right, the same 4 capitals can be visited in different ways, then this is the size of the sample space. This is N of S. Okay, so that was a permutation. So then if we were to finish the problem, we recall that, right, we were finding a probability, the probability that we choose a specific route of 4 capitals to visit, right? And, well, a specific route would just be 1, right, if there was one particular route that they were worried about. So the probability, right, there was one particular route, one way we could choose that route out of 2,193,360. Right, so the big deal here was we realized we can use Microsoft Excel to calculate permutations and combinations, right, very quickly and easily. Okay, so you don't need to have your TI-84, you can just simply use Microsoft Excel.